Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So just to clear things up, Clem versus Cure is on hold. Clem versus Cure is on hold, and we're going to be covering this series first, and then Clem versus Cure afterwards. So don't worry, our players aren't going anywhere. We're just casting even more matches, even more StarCraft, and I'm all for it. I am all for it, especially for this matchup. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions are open. Place your bets on how you think this series will go. Best of luck. Best of luck. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Solaris, we have the blue Zerg player representing KZ Gaming. It is Dark. The last Zerg player in the entire tournament, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player representing Onside. It is Maru. So, good luck, everyone. Good luck in the predictions. As we are going to be settling into this, so far Dark just going for a standard opener, going for a hatch gas pool. Likewise, Maru going for a standard opener himself. And I haven't had the luxury of casting Maru in quite some time. I think the last time I casted Maru was during GSL. I guess, as well as WTL, and he has been a dominant force in WTL. Maru is the highest rated player in World Team League, higher than several, higher than Clem. But when it comes to the individual leagues, Maru has been having a bit of a harder time. I say a harder time. I think a lot of people don't really, they look at Maru not making a deep run and they just assume that he's not playing well. But if you watch his games, and if you look at who brings him down, like, it all makes sense. like who knocked Maru out of ESL Masters? It was Hero, and it went to the Ace match, went to Game 5, and it was a solid series between the two of them. So again, it's one of those things where even if Maru is falling in these tournaments, it's just because, like, the caliber of play is so damn high. On the other hand, like, I understand that a lot of people have a lot of high expectations of Maru. To be fair, like, he is the best Terran player in all of Korea. So good reason as to why a lot of people, like, put a lot of expectations on him. But again, like, Maru, he lost to Hero. He got knocked down to the lower bracket by Cure as well. Cure has arguably the best TvT in Korea. So yeah, I mean, makes sense. I think I would have almost favored Cure over Maru in TvT, to be honest. Regardless, the Reaper is going to be dipping into the natural base, going to be threatening those drones. Just threaten them for a time before getting the hell out of there. And Dark, again, just zoning Maru away out of his main. Hasn't lost much. Behind this, Maru going for an economic opener. It's going to be a 3cc before Starport, so very economic here out of Maru. There's a Starport now on the way. Going for the add-on swap, going for heli production. So far, very, very by the book. Everything is looking normal here from Maru. Likewise, across the map, hatch gas pool, into gas, pulling out. Likewise, Dark not doing anything too fancy. He's not racing into additional gas mining for a Roach Warren, for example, or he's not getting into, fast lair. Not yet, at least. Dark is a Roach boy, and he is willing to play Roach in the mid game, but for now, just on Link Queen. Speaking of Roaches, there it is. There's that Roach Warren. So again, we're not rushing into it, but this is really what we're going to be working with here in the mid game. Dark is very fond of going for 9 Roach pushes, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does go for that this game as well. This is his comfort zone. This is his comfort zone, his safe place. It's where Dark likes to be. There it is. Second and third gas being taken. Lings go for a bit of a counterattack. We get 2 SCVs. Very nicely done. 2 workers go down. Dark is going to be deflected. Lings do make it the hell out of there. We do have the Hellions hitting the field. Meanwhile, behind this, it was a 3cc before Starport, yes, but there's no add-on swap here. Very interesting. Went Viking into Lib, no Banshee. Very risky here. I do think that Banshee play is really smart, or like, it makes a lot of sense against Dark because Dark is so very fond of Roaches, and Banshees are, or Banshee-based openers are so ideal against them. As Dark is very heavily supply blocked after losing that Overload. Because it's so fond of Roaches, Banshee-based play makes a lot of sense. Here, going for Liberators instead is a little bit of a risky maneuver, and Maru is soon about to realize why. As he gets across the map, does run into Lings, still has yet to confirm the Roach production. Also, I assumed we would make 9 Roaches. We've gone a little bit further, we've made 10. 10 roaches are on the way. We're flooding Lings. Dark is committed. Dark, he's committed with this push, and oh boy, Maru has no idea. He hasn't scouted anything, and again, he went Lib, not Banshee. His opener, less than ideal. He can still defend against this if he realizes what's going on. There we go. He spots the roaches. He spots the roaches. Immediately, he pulls back. 2 bunkers are on the way. Is this reaction too late? That's the question. Is this too late? Is this just too far gone here as Dark is pushing across the map? Good Lib position here on top of the ramp. But immediately we have to back off. We can't get biled down. We can't afford to get biled down. The bunkers are still in production. They are still on the way. Bil's going to be connecting. They knock down. They look to knock down the front wall. Boys are being pulled. Marines are amassing. Viking is landing. But alas, the all-in is here. And Dark is completely all-in with this. There is no lair. There are no Eva chambers. No upgrades. It's all on the table. Biles are going to be connecting. They take down the Lib. They take down the bunkers. Good trade so far from Dark, but the tank is on the high ground. It's getting a lot of damage done. We need that tank. And without it, Dark, he's running out of steam. He does get 12 SCVs, but Maru, he can afford to lose some workers. He's on 3CC. The workers, they don't matter as much. The tank gets piled down. Ay. The tank does fall. But we're still lacking Lings. We're still lacking a buffer here for the army of Dark. It's still so very close. A couple of Biles, they do not connect. Good kiting, but yeah, we're running out of steam. We're running out of Ravagers. Maru is focusing them down. Still losing a lot of SCVs. The Biles, they connect. Oh my god. They barely do connect. Dark going to be rotating around behind this. Lair is on the way. He's transitioning. He has killed quite a lot of workers. And he can get us around with these Marines. He's going for it. Oh, hot pickup. Hot pickup does save the Marines. Tank getting in position. Dark will back off. And he's droning. And Dark has done enough damage where he could try to transition out of this. The downside, late lair, late upgrades, like whether it's Evo Chamber upgrades or Roach Speed or Tech or Economy, like Dark has a lot of recovering to do, and Maru has momentum. Maru, he's already got a comparable economy. His upgrades are kicking in, +1 stim, combat shields. It's all about to finish. There's a lot of potential in this drop. Maru, Dark thankfully is in position. Haley's going to be threatening the right-hand side. Dark, likewise, he's ready with his roaches. A very nice split here from Dark. Roaches at the third, roaches and Ravagers in the main, Lings in the center. The drop comes in, but can't really find any real damage. Does get an overload, which is nice. The Lings are here. Behind this, Maru taking his third base. And essentially, the next big moment for Maru is going to be the tank push. He's building up his tank counts, building up his Marine counts. By the time he gets a couple more medevacs and his upgrades kick in, we can commit to an attack. I'm curious if Maru is going to go for something like an 8-Rax. I wouldn't be opposed to it in this position just because Maru, like tech-wise, is so far ahead. I believe the armory did finish. We should be starting up 2-2. There we go. 2-2 now on the way. Soon to be on the way. Oh, he's going for the 4th. Up. Does force a cancel. Very nice pick up from Maru. At the same time, Link counterattack is going to be deflected. Dark is cutting workers. He's at 3 base saturation, 63 drones. He does have a 4th on the way, that is true, but right now he's hyper-fixated on Roach production. He's amassing Roach Ravager. He's going to be hitting a timing with 1-1. So the aggression from Dark doesn't stop. He does spot the medevacs just in time. He's rotating over, getting in position. Queens are lying in wait. And Maru, he shouldn't achieve too much here. He does get 1 queen, gets 2. Not bad. 2 queens for a medevac. We're still not droning, by the way. Dark still not saturating the space. Still just hyper-focused on Roach Rav. Behind this tank production, 2nd tank gas is being taken. Maru is not going for an 8-Rax. He's going for a 4th CC. He's going for a longer game. But the drops aren't at home, and here comes Dark. Again, Dark looking to max out with Roach Ravager. He gets on top of one of those tanks, gets on top of another. There's 2 tanks left, and they're slowly being biled down, but those tanks are getting a lot of hits in. And finally, all 3 tanks fall. The boys as well. Dark, has he broken the 3rd? It looks like he has. The Marines are coming back home, though. With the Marines returning, it looks like, yeah, we have enough to deal with this. Dark, he's run out of steam here. These Roaches and Ravagers are being cleaned up. He did kill a lot of workers, and he did reset the tank count. Ooh. as he is losing quite a lot here. Again, Dark retreats, and now he drones. Now he's saturating his 4th. Now he's working towards 2-2. Again, this was a very crisp 1-1 timing from Dark. He did damage, yes, but Maru refuses to die. I would say that Maru has a pretty comparable economy still compared to Dark. Looking at the resources, sorry, the units lost tab here, 43 SCVs have died this game. Despite that, like, Dark, he's still just like barely ahead, or even if that. There comes a drop play though of Maru getting some of these Ravagers. Gets 3, gets 4. Very nice trades. +2 finishing up just as we speak. Maru, has he started a 4th CC? Not yet. Curious. As he is still on 5-rack setup. Tanks are pushing forward. Maru now being proactive. And again, Dark is still stuck on Roach Ravager. See, so this style from Dark that he's been playing has been very committed and very all-in. Over the course of this game, this army is being outscaled. This army of Dark just cannot keep up here with Maru. A lot of Roaches are going down. We sim on board as well. We're getting on top of the Ravagers. The Ravagers, they do finish. Dark is barely holding on. The tanks are slowly pushing forward as well. Where are those Biles? Oh. They just barely connect. They barely take down one of those tanks. But again, Dark, he's up against the wall at this point. Here we go. Additional Liberators, additional tanks. Oh, these Libs are a little bit stacked. You have to be careful. And they will be piled down. Oof. Yeah, rough positioning there from Maru. Losing both Libs. The tanks, though, are slowly creeping forward. Another tank does fall. 2-2 about to kick in for Dark. It's a couple of seconds away. Couple of seconds away as another... Oh, he doesn't quite connect. The tank survives. Uh-oh. Tank does survive, and you can see now Maru, he's getting on top of the base. He's getting on top of the mining. He has slowly edged his way forward. And Dark is in a lot of trouble. His upgrades are finishing up, but is it going to be enough? Wow, they take down the tank and a Liberator. But additional tanks have arrived. Marauders are being mixed in as well. Oh, yes, we can push on forward here. Does Dark have enough? He's coming in from the right. Coming in from above. The tank's barely holding on. Oof. Good splits here against those Biles. We're running out of energy here on the Metavacs. And it looks like Dark, he's forcing this back. He's getting on top of the tanks. We're running out of Marines. Again, with 2-2 finishing up Dark, he does force this back. Ooh, he holds on to his base, has the larger army, and now things are very quickly snowballing in favor of Dark. Pushing Maru all the way back home. Boys are being pulled. Another tank falls. Again, these Metavacs, they're out of energy. They can barely sustain themselves. And you can see that that fight earlier was so on a knife's edge. Either Maru is able to break that base and break Dark, or Dark is able to break his opponent. And it looks like he's done it. Again, only 2 tanks left. Boys being pulled for like, what, the 3rd, the 4th time. And Dark, he dives on top of the final tank here. It barely does go down, and we don't have enough Marines here to punish this. Dark has done it. GG gets called. Dark takes game number 1. Oh my god. GG. A very aggressive style here out of Dark. Again, the opener from Maru was rough from the beginning. It was Maru trying to catch back up, or I say catch back up, survive the aggression of Dark. So many SCVs were falling. We spoke about the opener. It was unfortunate that Maru didn't go Banshee, that he opened up Lib instead. That was very unfortunate, just because, you know, he took a bit of a gamble there, took a bit of a chance, and Dark happened to be playing Roaches. On top of that, it took a long time to recognize what was happening. Remember, Dark's Roaches got scouted in the middle of the map. That's when Maru started reacting. That's when he started responding. That's when he started throwing down those bunkers. It was a late response, a late reaction, and Maru. Oh god. As I was in the player slot for a moment there. Aye. Also, don't put me in, Papi. We're good. I don't know if you heard the beeps there, but I was about to play against Maru. I was like, get me out of here. I'm casting. I'm not playing. Ay. Here we go. We're getting into game number 2. But yeah, Darky was so relentless. Not just that first initial wave, but the 1-1 timing afterwards, and yeah, the defense as well from Dark, barely able to hold on. No 4cc behind it for Maru. He was so committed with his aggression, and now we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of side Delta, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing KranKy Z Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the South Korean Terran, representing on side, it is Maru. I think the last time we casted Dark versus Maru was the finals of KSL SummerSlam. Is that accurate? I'm curious. Because these two players did face off in that SummerSlam event in a best of 7. And Dark did win that, by the way. Dark did beat Maru in the finals of KSL. But I'm curious, did they face off earlier? On the Ducklings, I mean. Dark versus Maru. No, yeah, KSL. There you go. So it's been a while since I've seen these two duke it out. They haven't played in WTL, I don't think. Yeah, they didn't play in WTL, and they may have played in, like, obviously in other events that we don't cover. But yeah, good to see them again. Good to see them again after so many months. Oh boy, again, Maru, he very rarely signs up here for KungFu Cup for KFCs, and he is going for a very peculiar opener. Okay. So we have a Rax expand, with the Rax being on the low ground. This is looking like the factory-based opener, where you go for Rax followed by the factory here instead. Very interesting. This is a special opener, Juanito, if you will. Assuming that we go for the factory here as well. So yeah, a little bit greedy. It is a way to set yourself up defensively here on 2 bases. The downside is your production. Your production is going to be that much more exposed. Factory is actually in the main. Okay. Interesting. Factory is thrown down in the main base. We're going to be repositioning, going for the bunker on the low ground. This is safer. I kind of like this. I like this more. I was going to be concerned if we threw down the factory on the low ground. I was like, yo, mate, you're just asking for Dark to kill you, and Dark is going for a Bane Bust. Let's go. Dark, he throws out a Baneling Nest. He's cutting workers at 20, and we are making nothing but lings. Dark, he sees this position. He hasn't seen the bunker, but there we go. Bunker has now been revealed. Ooh. So this build, this Bane Bust, was designed to punish the production, basically. But because the factory was thrown down in the main, and we're going for another, it's a 2-on-1. Interesting. I was going to say, because the factory's in the main base, we should be able to get into Hellion production. But because it's a 2-on-1, no Hellions. We should be going for an add-on swap. Without Hellions, it's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a tough hold here for Maru. Banelings are on the way, and it's like the pendulums, the roller coaster ride of my emotions. I'm like, this is good for Maru. This is bad. This is good. Because again, if he was making Hellions, he'd be okay. But he's going for the add-on swap for Marine production, which means he has no factory-based units. Banelings going to be rolling on in. Dark, he's gambling so much with this, but it's paying off. And here we go. He's going to bust through. The wall! The wall is not a wall. He does get in. The Banelings, they crash into that bunker and the depot as well. The boys are being pulled, and what is there left to defend? Nothing. GG gets called. Dark takes the series 2-0. GG, well played. That was, I don't say it too often. That was a build order win. That's oh my god. The fake outs were real. GG, well played. Dark will take it in the end here. Congratulations. Maru has been eliminated from KungFu Cup. Oh, they're talking. I want to translate. Oh my god. Maru was like, I think he was like, I thought that you were gonna think I was doing something else. Like, this is ridiculous. Dark is laughing. I'm pretty sure, likewise, I'm pretty sure Maru was trying to fake out a different build. But yeah, going for the 2-on-1. I wasn't even expecting the 2-on-1 out of Maru, but again, the downside of a 2-on-1 like that specifically is, again, without any without any factory-based production, without a scout. Remember, winding it back even further, no Reaper. It was a Marine first, no Reaper from Maru, no SCV scout from Maru. So no scouting information, lack of factory-based units. There was just nothing to tell Maru what was happening. There was no way for him to scout just because he had chosen not to, or just because he had skipped that. He had cut corners, and Dark just punished him so hard. Punishing him so hard there. GG, well played. Dark advances on into the next round. And I believe both semifinals are ready for us. Oh, I'm a little bit late to the party though. Hopefully, do we get in? Ah, it takes a while. Whew, okay. Oh my god. Okay, we're good, we're good. I mentioned before, okay, so we just wrapped up Dark versus Maru. Darky advances on to the lower semifinals. He's going to be facing off against MaxPax. MaxPax 2-0'd Bunny. Meanwhile, we have the upper semis waiting for us. It's going to be Clem versus Cure.